Hey guys, it's Stephanie here from Hickorycroft Farm, and today it's another snowy day outside. Again, spring is supposed to be coming, but it's not looking so promising at the moment. We're saying that the groundhog has lied, but definitely working on other projects instead. And this is something I've kind of been wanting to film for a little bit now and share with you guys another side of Hickorycroft Farm. Not only do we farm, obviously, raise animals, garden, that sort of thing, but we also have a little side business, Etsy shop. You know, we do a lot of crafting. We try and use our fleece for knitting, those sorts of items. Often we would sell this sort of thing at craft sales and stuff like that, which obviously with the COVID has not been happening. But the Etsy shop is still going strong, and I will admit I've been a little bit slacking in getting some stuff done. But I thought today, since it was miserable outside and I wasn't filming out there, that I would just show you a little bit of some of the things that I'm working on in here. It's, as you can see from the walls behind me, it is a rough studio. We have not finished plastering and painting, and I've gone ahead and sat everything up because I couldn't wait for us to get organized on that sort of stuff. I needed to get some stuff done in the shop because the Etsy shop was starting to kind of get empty, and that was bad. So anyways, I'm going to show you some projects that I'm working on. Some of these are things that I do on a regular basis. I sell a lot of placemats, quilted placemats in my shop, and a couple of them are some projects that I've been working on for a while and just would like to get them done and potentially get them listed. We'll see. Some of them maybe for ourselves, but I'm just going to show you what I've been up to. This is sort of the studio area. It's crazy. It's a mess. And there's a lot going on. As you can see, I am potentially a fabric addict. I have fabric, all those under those shelves are all fabric. Where else are we here? I zoom back out. There's bolts of fabric, more fabric. Our plan for this space, if you see the little colored boxes that we have here, at our old place we had a wall. It was a 15-foot by 7 feet high wall, made all these boxes all attached to the wall, and they were full of organized, lovely fabric. So that is our plan again here. Again, it's just one of those things that it has not been a priority, so I've just been working as I have been. Let's go into some of the projects that you can probably kind of see lying around here. Hopefully this is going to make sense. But we are working on here. Let's start with these guys. I've got some placemats on the go here. Some nice just green, shades of green quilted placemats. That's what I call them on the shop. They just need their finishing binding, which is that lovely pile there. So I got to get going on those. And because I'm kind of one of those get bored easily, I've got another set on the go here of shades of burgundy, which I've already done into strips. I just have to get them sewn up. So fingers crossed. You can see I've got a whole pile of organized ones there ready to be put together on the machine. We're going to come back to this project here after. This guy here is a puff quilt that has been in this state for a little while now, and I'm going to put some black binding on this, and then it'll be all done. So fingers crossed that gets done rather quickly. But threads, and as you can see, fabric, and more fabric. So I'm coming around to this one here. This is a lap quilt, back of the couch quilt that I've got on the go, and I just got to get the back cut and sprayed on, and then I can quilt it. In the past I have done hand quilting, but for the most part now I do things by machine. As you can see up here, this is all machine quilted. And down here, this is where I was coming over to, I have bags and bags of all my squares cut for doing my placemats. You can see here, there's the burgundies. I do this, sometimes I get the kids to help, or Chris, and pre-cut all of these so that I can just go to town, which is awfully, awfully helpful. What else have we got up here? This is all flannel. We've got some Sesame Street fabrics. I've got some nice hunting dog ones. I've got, in a box, I've got a whole box full of fabrics that I've been collecting over time for doing some duck quilts, mallard ducks, that sort of thing, loons, kind of those hunting scenes. So eventually I will get there. I've got one for fishing, one's for pheasants. So it's, this is my little secret coming out about my obsession with fabric. You can see a few of my paintings on the wall. Most of them are still, whoops, as I blind you in the thing. Most of them are still packaged up. We have not taken stuff out because we're not ready to hang things up here, really. These were just ones that had gotten unpackaged and we put them up so they didn't get damaged. We're going to come back here to this little fun one. This is what I call a crazy quilt, or a crazy quilt in the making. I've got some over here that I'm working on, some more small guys, and it uses up all the nice scrap pieces of fabric, and you just keep adding and adding and going around, and eventually you just cut it down to the size you want. So I've been working on these with all of my scrap fabrics that I've collected up over the couple years here. Some of them are kind of retro fabrics. A lot of them are from kids' quilts, bright colors, leftovers from commission pieces, things like that. Trying to keep it nice and bright and colorful. And now I am sort of kind of trying to come up with my plan. This is what I was working on before I decided to do a quick little video here of how I'm going to lay this one out. Now, I think this was my original idea for a layout. I want to have the black squares making kind of a grid through it. As you can see, it's sort of developed there. I didn't have a lot of space to lay this out, but I'm just kind of coming up with a plan. But now I'm starting to wonder if it's going to be too busy in this area. Crazy Quilt is supposed to be that way, but part of me almost likes the more, let me see if I can do it, when you have like the black showing. I can do it here. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of looks like those bigger blocks are just kind of floating, and then you get this pattern out of the colored little blocks. So I'm not exactly 100% sure how I'm going to achieve that yet. I suppose my option would be to put a black border around each one of these blocks first that equals out to the same size. Anyways, these are the trials and tribulations of having a lot of quilt projects on the go and trying to decide what you would like to do. But that's kind of it for now. I hope that you kind of enjoyed the little tour and a little sneak peek at some of the other things that we do around here. I know there's been a little bit previously in videos on the knitting and the mittens, but we are going to come back to that as well. You know, this is that time of year where the garden side of things is a little bit slower. The farm side of things is slower because we can't be doing building projects and stuff like that. So the hope/plan is to get caught up on some of these little projects, get the Etsy shop back stocked right up, and hopefully be set for, you know, the busy summer that's to come, and not feeling that I've got to keep getting stuff made for that. So on that note, I'm probably going to let you go and get back to work here, seeing as I seem to be making more mess than getting things done at the moment. But thanks very much for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.